If you feel like your body has betrayed you, like pleasure is something reserved for other people, something you have to earn, or something you're always getting wrong, this little corner of podcast land is for you. I'm here as your radical, rageful mama bear, fiercely defending your right to feel good in your body and delivering wisdom from the front lines of pleasure, like the slightly feral professor no one asked for. Because here's the truth. Pleasure isn't a side dish, it's not fluff, it's not luxury, it's your body's way of saying, I'm alive, I belong, and I have power. Welcome to the Nature of Pleasure. I'm Nicole Siegel, certified ecological body worker and creator of the Body Compass method, and this is where we unravel the quiet codes of your body, the hidden intelligence beneath desire, and the organic rhythm of your erotic nature. What if I told you that your body has the power to change completely just by making one small shift? What if right now you already have everything you need to feel more pleasure, more connection, and more desire, but your body is just waiting for the right conditions to make it happen? We tend to think of pleasure as something that comes and goes, something random or fleeting, but the truth is pleasure, just like stress, just like tension, is a pattern that your body either learns or forgets. And the good news, your body's wired to change. Today, we're going to talk about a powerful concept from nature called a trophic cascade, a chain reaction that transforms entire ecosystems, and how this same principle applies to your body, your pleasure, and your sex life. Trophic cascades have always fascinated me. I was looking for a metaphor that was going to explain to people how somatics works, because when you're working within the field of somatics, it's really different than something like talk therapy or any kind of cognitive processing or coaching that you do, because when you experience something new in your body in a way that is digestible to your system, meaning you don't go into overwhelm and you don't go into collapse or freeze, you're able to stick with the experience the entire time. So when you have a new experience that's digestible, that you can stay present with the whole time, this shows your body a new way of being that you are able to return to even in really challenging situations. Let's say we are working on nervous system regulation in a session and we are talking about something that happened to you with your partner. Maybe you two keep getting it into the same conversation, the same fight, and you're able to talk about it in a different way in therapy or outside of those times. When you get into the fight, your body has the same reaction every single time. You find yourself blaming the other person. You find yourself distancing, shutting down. Somatics gives you the ability to change yourself on a system-wide level by giving you an experience of something different. And a really great way to understand how this works in the body is through trophic cascades, which are a naturally occurring phenomena in nature. Let me take you to a little place called the Yellowstone National Park. So picture towering mountains, open plains, rivers cutting through valleys, breathtakingly wild. For decades, though, something is off. The ecosystem is struggling. The riverbanks are eroding, vegetation's disappearing, and animal populations are out of balance. So why? This why is because the wolves have been removed. Without wolves, the elk and deer multiply. They grazed along the rivers for years, eating all the young saplings and plants that once held the land together. Over time, the landscape grew barren. The rivers themselves began to change course, muddy and shallow without the stability of the plants to hold their banks. The ecosystem, without its balance, had begun to collapse. So all of those stabilizing little plants that were growing on the banks of the river that keep the soil nice and solid and packed and steady. They were being munched on by all of these prey animals because the predator, the wolves, were removed. And so this starts to change the system entirely. And this is what happens with our pleasure too. We get a drop of shame. Let's say it's about sex or intimacy, or your body runs through your entire system. Okay, let's get back to Yellowstone. So in 1995, something incredible happens. Scientists reintroduced a small pack of wolves into Yellowstone. Something shifted immediately then. The elk stopped lingering by the rivers because of the predator of the wolves, and that started to allow the plants to grow back. The willows returned, the beavers came back, building dams that reshaped the waterways. Songbirds found their home, the entire ecosystem healed itself, and it's all a happy ending. All because of one single shift, the return of the wolves. This is what a trophic cascade is. It's a domino effect that starts with one change and ripples through the entire system. Your body works just like that. If you are tired of feeling like the only one doing the emotional labor and trying to keep the erotic charge alive, as seen by you literally being here listening to this very podcast, this offering is for you. Reset Your Erotic Rhythm is my course for couples who want their desire back. Real touch, real intimacy, real connection. No more dead bedroom despair. No more let's just do it and get it over with. Let me teach your partners the body's language so you don't have to. Links in the notes. Go light the match. So let's take this example of sexual shame again. When we introduce sympathetic nervous system energy, predator energy back in response to this shame, so we interrupt this pattern of freeze that often happens when we experience shame, body shame, sexual shame. If we introduce some action energy, some predator energy back in, you start noticing that you have more capacity to stay with your erotic experience. Your body, like Yellowstone, is a complex, interconnected, and intelligent system. Every part of you is connected. Your nervous system, your breath, your muscles, your pleasure pathway. So when you experience stress, trauma, chronic disconnection, it's like the wolves have been removed. Your body stops functioning the way it is meant to. Your body's ecosystem goes out of balance. You might notice it in different ways. Maybe you feel numb during sex, maybe your libido has disappeared, or maybe your body just doesn't respond the way you want it to. But for a lot of people, this can feel permanent, like it's just something wrong with them or like they're broken. But here's the truth. Your body is not broken. It's just waiting for the right conditions to shift. And just like Yellowstone, your body doesn't need an overhaul. It doesn't need to be forced into pleasure or desire. It just needs one small shift. One wolf that, once reintroduced, can start to change everything. I'm going to tell you a little client story here, just giving you an example of this. So I had a client who came to me because she felt totally disconnected from sex. She loved her partner. She trusted him. They had an amazing partnership other than the sex. And she wanted to want sex, but she just didn't. It wasn't about attraction or effort. It was just like her body had shut down. And what the real problem was is she was trying to force herself into it, expecting pleasure to just happen. So instead of jumping straight to fixing the issue, what we did was we started working with a trophic cascade in her body. I had her spend 5 minutes a day just simply noticing touch. Her bed sheets, her fingertips, her own breath against her skin. There was no goal, no pressure. And in a couple of weeks, she started to notice a shift. Her body was given an experience that was contrary to what it had before. So, if your body is used to this experience of not enjoying sensation, or you are trying to force sensation that you're supposed to like, but you don't actually like, your body will start to move your awareness away from sensation, i.e., the wolves being removed. So, giving your body a safe experience of feeling the sensations that you are experiencing in your body starts to change things systemically, because when we give the body safety and sensation, pleasure follows. That's it for now, gorgeous. Go close the tabs, ignore the algorithm, go roll around in something real. The show notes are dripping with resources. Take what you need, and if you forget, your body will remind you. Trying to revive the vibe in your relationship? Don't start with lingerie. Start with reset your erotic rhythm.